The IAI Heron is a medium-altitude, long-endurance, unmanned aerial combat vehicle developed by the Malath division of the Israel Aerospace Industries. It is capable of medium-altitude, long-endurance operations of up to 52 hours of duration at up to 10.5 kilometers. The top speed of this drone is 207 kilometers per hour, and it can have a range of around 350 kilometers. It weighs around 280 kilograms, and it can have a cruise speed of around 174 kilometers per hour. India is going to increase these important special drones of our country along the line of actual control, going on with the very much hostile situations with the Chinese territories. To get in more detail about this particular information and various other important updates, let us begin with today's defense updates of 24th of June 2020. Before beginning, as I always introduce to you and I tell you that SSB Crack Exams is India's largest, most preferred online defense exams preparation portal. It is one-stop solution for you if you're preparing for NDA, CDS, AFCAT, INET, Territorial Army and Indian Air Force and Group X and Group Y. You can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter and Telegram, and you can even directly visit us through our website learn.ssbcrackexams.com. You can download our app from Google Play Store where you can have each and every defense related information, examination related study material and all sorts of important educational content in your hands. Beginning with the question of the day that I have posted on 23rd of June 2020, and the question was, what is the name of this building? So this was the question that I asked. This building is that which is there in the Air Force Academy of Dundigal, and we are very much aware of this particular building because this particular important institution is a very famous institution in our country, and it is a very prestigious one. It is that institution which gives all the air warriors to our country, and this is a very special block of the Air Force Academy, and that block is known as Flying Officer Nirmaljeet Singh Sekhon block. Okay, Flying Officer Nirmaljeet Singh Sekhon is the one and only Paramveer Chakra awardee of the Indian Air Force, and he was posthumously awarded the Paramveer Chakra, India's highest military decoration during wartime. During his recognition of his lone defense of Srinagar Air Force Base against the Pakistani Air Force's air raid during the Indo-Pakistani War of 1971. He is the only member of the Indian Air Force to be honored with the PVC until now. Going on with the first and foremost defense update of today is that Indian Air Force airlifts dozens of tanks to Ladakh to beef up firepower amidst carrying out combat air patrols over Ladakh and maintaining operational readiness platforms at various air bases to scramble the fighters. Indian Air Force is using its American C-17 Globemasters and Russian Ilyushin IL-76 heavy lift aircrafts fighters for carrying out multiple sorties out of Chandigarh and other places over the past weeks for the purpose. You can even see a Russian T-72 tank being inside in a C-47 Globemaster, and another dozen of T-90 tanks, that is the Bhishma tanks, are also being airlifted to all of these important strategic locations. Going on with the next important defense update is India increases tech surveillance on Ladakh line of actual control with Israeli Heron drones. This is what I was discussing with you in the introductory session. The decision to induct some ITBP battalions was also done because these drones, they belong to the ITBP too. In support of the army was taken on June 20 after Director General of Military Operations, Lieutenant General Paramjeet Singh. Lieutenant General Paramjeet Singh is the DGMO of our country, and Director General of ITBP and BSF is SS Deswal. Okay, and he visited, both of them who visited Leh to be briefed about the ground situation. Top security officials of Indian government were briefed by 14 Corps Commander Lieutenant General Harinder Singh on the standoff with the People's Liberation Army of China. Going on with the next important defense update is that government is going to expedite works on 32 road projects along the border with China amidst the standoff that is happening between our country and the other country. A total of 73 roads are being constructed along the Sino-Indian border, and of these, the CPWD is working on 12 and the BRO on 61. Okay, the decision was taken at a high-level meeting convened by the Ministry of Home Affairs and attended by the Central Public Works Department. That is what I was talking here, and the Border Roads Organization and Indo-Tibetan Border Police, among others. So 12 roads are being taken up by the Central Public Works Department, and 61 roads are going to be taken up by the Border Roads Organization under the direct supervision of the Ministry of Home Affairs, which is the nodal authority for all border infrastructure related projects. Going on with the next important defense update is that Philippine Navy seeks stronger naval ties with India. This is in the important letter that has been sent to the Indian Navy Chief of Naval Staff Admiral Karambir Singh by the Philippine Navy Flag Officer Command Vice Admiral Giovanni Carlo Bocardo, and the Philippine naval officer, he expressed his thanksgiving in his letter to the Indian Navy Chief. He expressed hope for the stronger ties with Indian Navy following its assistance to the repair of the BRP Ramon Alcaraz, whose engine room caught fire off at Cochin in India on May of 7th. Going on with the next important defense update is that Operation Samudra Setu's update. INS Arawat brings back 198 Indian citizens from Maldives yesterday. Thus far, Navy has brought back 2,386 Indian citizens from Maldives, and all over from until now 3,305 Indian nationals from various other countries, which include Maldives, Sri Lanka and Iran during the ongoing pandemic. Embarkation of Indian nationals was facilitated by Indian mission in Maldives. Personnel were embarked on board after carrying out requisite medical screening, and all sorts of medical procedures were taken care of. Going on with the next important update is about Know Your Navy. This is for the first time in the history of Indian Navy, a couple are serving as chief medical officers of two important naval commands. Okay, the Chief Medical Officer of Southern Naval Command, Surgeon Rear Admiral R.T. Sarin, and the Chief Medical Officer of Eastern Naval Command, Surgeon Rear Admiral C.S. Naidu. Both of them are married to each other, and both of them, for the first time, these two couple are working as Chief Medical Officers in two important naval commands in the history of Indian Navy. This is also the first time a woman held the post of the Chief of Medical Officer in the Southern Naval Command of Indian Navy. Now we'll have a very quick review by addressing some of the important questions. So the first and foremost question is the Director General of Military Operations is who? It is Lieutenant General Paramjit Singh. Lieutenant General Paramjit Singh is the Director General of Military Operations. Next question is the Director General of ITBP and BSF is? He is Surjit Singh Deswal, or SS Deswal in short. Next question is a total of how many roads are being constructed along the Sino-Indian border until now? And the answer for this is 73 roads. Now we have the question of the day, and the question of the day for today is, who is the first officer of the Indian Army to climb Mount Everest without artificial oxygen? I repeat, who is the first officer of Indian Army to climb Mount Everest without artificial oxygen? The answer for this and the explanation for it I will be giving you in the next section. Until then, stay tuned to SSB Crack Exams. Subscribe to this particular channel. Download our app from Google Play Store. Until then, stay home, stay safe, eat healthy food. Always continue your preparation for your examinations, and I hope so that you get good marks in the upcoming AFCAT and other serious examinations too. Last but not the least, Jai Hind.